Most men really want to trust the woman they love, but the problem is that women hardly trust. You can see them, they are saying that's not true. Just listen up and understand. The reality is that if you tell a woman now that a man is somewhere, probably with a woman or not, if she can't get there in the next 5 minutes, she is on the phone ranting, calling, saying all manners of things to that man because they hardly trust men. But majority of the men, they are naive. They always create excuses. Maybe she went to buy this, maybe she went to see a friend, maybe what and what. My dear brother, I don't say you shouldn't trust, but you really need to create a safe space. Because why do you really need to trust people, even your partner, when there is higher chances of being betrayed? Because when you trust, you can selflessly walk into danger thinking nothing is going to happen, and when it happens, they might do inestimable damage to you, probably paralyze you or end your life. You can think about that man who accept to be tied up for sexual fantasies, and at the end of the day he is murdered by two young girls. Think about the policeman who out of trust just give his phone to random person to make call thinking he is making an effort to help somebody, but at the end of the day it's a big problem. It end up being sentenced into death because the people they use the phone to call was murdered. Think about that. Why do you really need to trust people? Then a whole lot of people might manipulate you that you are not a good man, you are not this, you are not that, for not trusting. Think, if you trust, it is actually a sign of strength, a sign of being courageous, a sign of being a good man, but it is not a virtue, it is actually a fault. And when you don't trust, it means you are probably being betrayed in the past, then you are taking caution. My dear brother, you really need to act smart all the time. If you really want to trust, you need to create a kind of safe space so that when it's going to happen, you can have a kind of leverage to survive. If somebody comes to you, please let me use your phone to make call, you can actually give him maybe 100 naira to go and buy airtime or whatever, or tell him I have got no credit on my phone, and that is a safe space to help you. But here is the big problem in your relationship. If you dare trust your partner blindly and then she end up becoming a betrayer, you might actually get into bigger problem you cannot survive with. And that is why you really need to be cautious as a man. And in fact, one of the aspects of being a true man, being a charismatic man, is for you to really create safe space for yourself all the time. If not so, that woman you think she is innocent, she is young, she is kind, she is calm, can really damage you. It is just a tiny woman called Delilah damaged Samson, a powerful man in the Bible. You really need to think about that. And it is not because of anything, it is just because of this blind trust. As a man, being overly trusting people is a sign of weakness, and that trust is a risk you really need to be careful about. You can get damaged. May God really help your relationship. May God bless your union. Bye.